What's up, guys? And in today's lesson, we cover the Intolerable Acts, episode 2. My name is Alexander Max Scott. I'm one of the teachers here at Travel School, along with my dad.
Hello there, my name is Scott Max Scott, and I am one of the teachers here at Travel Schooling as well. We are the dynamic duo that are here to bring American history into your lives by helping to share our appreciation of the great founding of the United States of America. Today we're working on episode 2 of Liberty's Kids, but we're going to be devising a completely different format for the rest of the entire season. So we'll be posting this online, but since we do not have enough people to chat with and to create an actual live classroom, we're going to organize this so it is available to anyone at any time at your leisure. We are going to, so in order to do this, Liberty's Kids is best watched prior. And you can download the PDF that we have in the file section of this Facebook group. And then you can follow along with the questions. If they're not there right now, don't worry, they'll be there soon. So basically, you would watch the episode, and then you would come back and answer the questions. And that's what we're going to be doing now. Yeah, that's really it. So with the Intolerable Acts, as we always start, we kind of start with basically what we know about the Intolerable Acts. So what do you know about them? I heard that they were pretty easy to live with.
Me?
No, the Intolerable Acts. Wait a second. What does intolerable mean?
I don't even know.
Intolerable. It means you cannot tolerate it. Have you ever heard that? I can't tolerate it anymore. Tolerate means to endure. That's to tolerate. So if it's intolerable, that means you cannot endure them. We cannot live with them. They are simply just not acceptable. They are intolerable, not able to tolerate. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Nice. So, do you think these acts are easy to live with?
No.
Do you think the people of the colonies like them?
No.
Exactly. They are intolerable. Just a couple of other key words to kind of think about. These people are not yet in a state of open rebellion. For all the colonies, we're just seeing little pockets of rebellion really since 1765. There are these pockets of rebellion that have been popping up. And we are now into 1774, so it's pretty cool. Basically, the colonists want a lot of freedom. That's really what they want. They don't want to be dealing with these acts. What else do you know about the Intolerable Acts? Why were they instituted?
Oh, the British came after the Boston Tea Party because it was they threw about too many tea into the ocean.
Exactly.
I forget how many tea still they didn't throw in.
Yeah, they threw, how many chests, the exact amount, and how many poundage that they threw in. But you're exactly right. The Intolerable Acts came about as a result of our unlawful acts during the Boston Tea Party. How about me? You want to ask me what I know about them?
What do you know?
They were intolerable!
What do we want to know?
So basically what the Intolerable Acts are a collection of different acts. Some of them, for example, like, hey, by the way, I regret to inform you that you have to move out of your room. You're going to go sleep on the couch with the dog because a British soldier is going to take over your room. They're going to quarter British soldiers in your house without your choice. They didn't even ask you. They just kind of knocked on your door one day. And so that's what's going on with James and Sarah during this episode. British troops are quartering or basically living with them. That's a pretty bad situation to be in. Right? Yeah, you don't want to sleep with the dog, do you?
Well, it's actually kind of nice.
Yeah, for a night. Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Well, I hope he doesn't poop or pee on you.
Yeah, that's the downside of sleeping with the dog. They could just be like, hey, this is my opportunity to finally poop on him. Let me give it a shot. He's sleeping. He doesn't know anything. And then in the morning, he just looks at you like, Wasn't me.
But it looked like the one of the circular bits. But it's, and then I look at him and he's like, "What did you do?"
What do you want to know from this episode?
I want to know still how many pounds of teeth did they throw in?
Okay, well, we'll find that out for you later
That's the
on.
only thing I want to know.
So some of the key episodes, key questions of the Intolerable Axis, we'll run through them. Sarah starts the letter by writing a letter to her mother describing, you remember that?
The Boston Tea Party.
Exactly. And who is James and Henri see getting off the ships in Boston Harbor?
Redcoats!
Always tell the camera.
Redcoats.
And what company owned the tea? Remember that?
East India.
East India. Nice.
I totally didn't see that.
And then, yeah, the East India Tea Company. By the way, most people on the board of directors of the East India Tea Company were also basically politically tied to the king and key members in Parliament. What does quartering mean? Hey, how about that?
You have to fade.
Yeah, look at that.
Hey.
Ben Franklin's print office.
Hey.
So what does quartering mean? Do you remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
What does that mean?
Just came like, okay, I'm gonna try to make this funny.
Okay.
So they're coming walking down the street, come to your house and like, knock, knock, and you're like,
Who's there?
A British soldier
Yeah.
trying to get in your house.
But I'm British too. I don't want you in my house. Oh, woe is me. You stink. And it's not the lobster. Oh, by the way, what happened to Henri's family? A little backstory on Henri there.
Okay, so Henri and his parents were going to go on a ship.
Mhm.
Half of the people died on board, including Henri's parents.
Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad.
Henri became the captain's cabin crew, and then he had to work all day and all night.
Hmm.
But then
Cabin boy.
James and Moses
Tough
came
life.
on the ship to get parts out, but then they saw him in a cage. They got him out of the cage and put him in the box of supplies and put wheat in there to soften it up, and then they carried it. They had to wait about a month to get the actual parts out.
Oh, wow. Wow, so they sacrificed getting the parts they needed in order to get Henri at the time.
Yep.
Oh, wow. That's a noble effort. They didn't even know who he was, or they weren't friends with him. They just saw a kid in need. That's very nice of them. And basically, this is all the American spirit. This really is different people from different cultures coming together to help each other, all with the common idea of making ourselves a better life. And that's what Henri's parents were doing. An indentured servant really is key to the American identity. Because in the beginning, there's just countless people in Europe. Basically, if you're poor and you're born poor, you're going to die poor. There's no upward mobility. Your kids are going to be poor. Their kids are going to be poor. The system's going to abuse you. It's really pretty bad. You don't have any property. You don't have the right to vote. You're poor. You're not even a real person. Sorry to tell you. Henri's parents, not real people. That's how bad it is. So basically, if someone who walks by you and they can vote and you can, guess what you do?
What?
Bow your head. That's how bad it is. Imagine bowing your head to people who vote. I voted today. Oh my, he voted. Oh. You know. So, but yeah, basically they sell themselves into temporary slavery. That's what indentured servitude did for a period of 7 years, 10 years, 12 years.
What?
And then after that time, after they put in their hard work of basically being a temporary slave for 10 years, where they legally own you, then hopefully, then you're done and then you get something. Your contract would be for some money or for some land at the end. Maybe it was just for an education and basically you indentured to serve to a printing press, like Franklin did. But he did that to his brother, and his brother abused him, so Franklin ran away, technically stealing himself because he was indentured. But that's a whole nother story. But being an indentured servant is part of the American identity in the 18th century. It really is. Pretty cool, huh? So Henri's family really does make up a core of what it is to be an American. What happens to James' family?
Okay, so he's in a house fire. He was a little baby. A neighbor came on a horse and saw the burning fire. The neighbor got James out, and he survived. He lived on the streets as an orphan until Dr. Franklin saw him and hired him for the printing press.
Nice. So we got the printing press right there for us. Benjamin Franklin says that Parliament led him to the answer to this question. Is he a British subject or a citizen to a new country? What is the answer Benjamin Franklin gave to that question?
My country is America.
Yeah, my country is America. I am a citizen of a new country. And that country is America. Woo! Named after an Italian guy for no particular reason except apparently he...
Wait, somebody named America America?
Yeah.
Italian guy?
Yeah. You know what his name is?
Woohoo.
Americus Vespucci. Yeah, America is named after Vespucci.
Why? Because he named it?
No, he didn't even name it.
Who named America?
Probably some guy who made a map and just put down there America. Yeah. Isn't that weird?
You know, after this, I'm going to ask Google. Who named America?
Yeah, who's this Vespucci guy?
Who named America? Can somebody answer that question? Whoever's typing on Twitch. Someone's on Twitch.
Nice, we got someone on Twitch. Hey, hello in Twitch land. Thank you.
Twitch land.
Yes, you're our best customers there in Twitch.
Yeah.
Okay, so now why were the soldiers breaking into the press shop?
Because they are protesters.
No. Reading the answer. Think about the answer. Why were they breaking into the print shop? What were they looking for?
They were looking for the papers that they were putting up.
Nice, tell the camera.
They were looking for the papers that they put up.
They were looking for the papers. Yes, the broadsides, you might say, that they were putting up. Yeah, because basically these are the Sons of Liberty that are putting up papers, pamphlets, as a sign of basically letting the people of the town know that many people are seriously disgruntled. Not only gruntled, disgruntled. They are without grunt, which doesn't make any sense to me. So, I believe we are done. Maybe we'll do one discussion question. How about that?
Yep.
Yeah. So, of course, if you are watching live and you did have a question, feel free to chat it in. You want to do it? Okay, go for it. You don't need that.
Number 2.
And look at the camera when you read it.
Number 2. How would you feel about quartering the British soldiers? Why? To be honest...
Well, I'd rather nickel and dime them than quarter them.
Really subscribe.
We're not gonna quarter them. We're gonna nickel and dime them. Oh.
You know what? Just take a quote from Phyllis Wheatley.
That's so funny.
Just take a quote from Phyllis Wheatley, and we're gonna see you later.
That was a good one. Good. No, that's another one. Well, we know what you think about them. Yeah, this is kind of the coolest one. Oh, generally speaking, why did the British quarter the troops in people's homes?
Oh, because they needed to stay there because they don't have a home in Boston. They only have a home in England.
Right. And basically, The local governments had the option then of giving them barracks or not. And really, there wasn't a lot of empty space in Boston to barrack them. They pretty much did go, the troops, though, did go wherever they could. New York was the only colony that simply said, no, we're not going to pay for it. We're not going to help you in any way. And those troops were really annoyed. But basically, my thinking, why did the British government start to house the troops amongst the people? I think they did it just to get us mad.
I think they did it to steal our supplies like a spy. They could have done that.
Part of it actually does end up happening. Like the soldiers did end up like stealing work by basically taking odd jobs away from the Bostonian people at a lower rate. So yeah, they kind of did that. They messed up society. But you can have a government that's nice, and you can have a government that's bad. And the king was bad. That was it. Because basically when he did something, when Parliament did something that they're not supposed to, basically tax us without us having a representative in Parliament, it's against the British Constitution to do that. So that's when we basically said, hey, there's a problem. And of course, tit for tat, eventually we were throwing stuff into the water, we're damaging things. But the government never said, we listen to you. The government never said, we hear you. The government never said, we're here for you. The government just was like, bad, whack, 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 whack. Bad colonists, whack, whack, whack. Sit in your houses, don't go out, whack, whack, whack. Send more troops there, whack, whack, whack. Yeah, that's it. And when you have a government that's whack, 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 you know, that's like, why? Why, you know, we can have a better government than that. This whole idea of a king going back thousands of years, you know, really? You know, have you talked to the king? You know, this king is actually going mad. King George goes mad, like literally. He goes mad. He goes, whoo-hoo, goes crazy and starts, acting all,
He's breaking his stuff in his room.
Oh, yeah, he goes completely bat crazy. He's like the crazy man walking around town, like the crazy homeless man. That's like at one point, King George was like that.
Wait, imagine they can kind of see my computer, so imagine that was his big poster.
Mm-hmm.
And he threw that right down there.
Yeah, he was weird like that.
That's basically what happened.
Yep.
With King George.
Yep.
But instead of a poster.
Yeah.
Painting of him.
So we're just at the early stages of kind of like we maybe can actually do this better than having a king, but you know we're not at that stage yet. And here's the thing: no other country has done this yet in like 1,000 years.
What?
Basically decided to have a democracy where the people can vote for their representatives and have their representatives represent them in government. And so we don't really have that in England.
So So this is the whole point why we're asking our president right now to do that. Because we're gonna get a medal for people to do that in like 1,000 years.
Okay, I didn't really follow you there, but okay. Okay. Well, with that being said, join us again tomorrow as we bring you the streamlined version of the answers to episode 3 tomorrow for Liberty's Kids. And don't forget to like, subscribe.
Do everything I did.
Yeah, do everything.
Thank you for watching. I'm saying that now because it's a nice. Thank you for watching.
There you go.
For watching.
And now you can have you like that?
And now after subscribe, thanks for watching.
We have one on Facebook every Sunday, a Wednesday, Sunday, 3 in Twitch,
5. That's 5
and
people.
1 YouTube.
That's 6. 6 people? Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for the 6 people who watched this video. Thank you.
And you're muted.
Okay.
And we're out. 30